Hey everyone, how's it going? Very warm welcome to this live stream. This is my first time ever using this software. So I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go tonight. It could go horrendously wrong, could go okay, but we're just going to experiment and see how it goes. I'm really excited actually. It's going to be a good session. So very warm welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much if you're already here. I can see some comments already. I can see we got some viewers, which is great. Hey Adam, hey SS, hey Keith, how you guys doing? All right. So the idea of today's session is for you to watch me research some smash hit products to sell on Amazon. So I really want to give you an insight into how I find products. I want to show you what it takes really to just do a little bit of product research each day, keep building that database and find these products. So we're going to split this into two sections for the stream. All right, number one, I'm going to show you the theory of how I find products. So really what we're looking to do. All right, I want to show you like the elements that you need to look for when you're looking for a product, right? And my theory around how to build your list of products. And then the second part of the stream, I'm actually going to look for the products and you're going to watch me do it. And you can do it along with me if you want and find products yourself, right? And any products that I find, obviously you can have, like you can launch them. And hopefully we'll build up a nice little list of products. So let's have a look. Who we got? Adam's joined us. Very warm welcome. No name. Very warm welcome. How's everyone? I'm good. How are you guys? All right. Here we got some viewers jumping in. Apparently there's some kind of widget on this software. I don't even know, to be honest, if it's going to work. But if someone subscribes, it's going to do some kind of animation. So I'd love to see if someone hasn't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Apparently it's going to do some animation. I've never done this before. I've seen other people use this software, like some YouTubers and stuff, but yeah, I've never done it myself. So who knows? Apparently it's meant to do something. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe. You should subscribe anyway, right? I do new videos every week, and then we can see the animation come up. Who's just jumped in? Aditi Patel. Very warm welcome. All right, so researching products. Where to begin? Well, we need to begin with the theory and understanding what we're actually looking for on Amazon, right? Because if you don't have a clue what kind of products you want to find, then you're never going to know when you've found a great product, right? Simple as that. So what are we looking for? Well, have you guys ever heard of my elusive and infamous creation, the smash hit product radar? Have you guys ever heard of this? I think quite a few people have actually stolen this concept from me, because I have a YouTube advert that I ran for 2 years that now has like 1.4 million views, and I talked about this concept on the ad, and I think quite a few other people have actually stolen it, which to be honest I take as a compliment. Have you guys heard of it before? The smash hit product radar? Type in the chat if you have, because it would be good to know. Because this is really the fundamental thing you need to know if you want to find products, right? If you understand the radar, you understand how to find products on Amazon. If you don't understand it, then yeah, it's just not going to happen. Let's have a look. We've got a lot of people jumping in. Very warm welcome. Lewis says hey. Hey Lewis. Nansem says hi. Ellie says hi. Yasmin says hi. Rosalind says hi. Fatima says hi. Hey guys, how you doing? Awesome. Right, some of you have heard. I think Keith, at least Keith has heard of Smash Hit Product Radar. Cool. So I'm going to quickly recap what it means, because to be able to find products, you have to get this stuff. Otherwise, none of it's going to make sense. Right? So, what does a radar do? Well, it points out where the enemies are or where other things are, right? So a locator device. So the smash hit product radar does exactly that. It shows you where the smash hit products are on Amazon. So there's 4 elements to this radar, and if you get these elements, then you can find hot products. So element number 1 is high demand. High demand. in business, you always want to go where the money is, right? You never want to be launching a product that's, completely unproven. Nobody knows if it's going to sell, and there's no clear indication people want it. Really, what that is gambling. And some people gamble and win. Sure, they invent products or something completely new that's never, there's no indication of demand. But to be honest, it's very unlikely that you're going to succeed that way, right? So we want to go where the current is already moving, where the money already is, where people are buying products. This is what high demand is about. A lot of people complain about, there's loads of people selling the product I want to sell. No, that's a good thing because they've done the work for you. All right, they've innovated, they've tested the market, they've seen if it will sell, they're getting the sales, and now you can extract the data from those customers and be like, okay, those products are selling. Therefore, if I offer a similar product, maybe a better product, mine will sell too. That's what high demand is. That's the first thing we want. Second thing we want is low competition. We really want low enough competition, right? It doesn't have to be no competition. That's probably unrealistic. Right? But we do want low competition. We don't want there to be like ridiculous amounts of sellers in the niche, right? We want there to be room to compete. So we want there to be high demand, lots of people want to buy the thing, but also room for us to sell our thing still. Some niches are what I call red oceans, right? Red oceans. Imagine there's loads of sharks in the ocean and loads of blood in the water, right? This is because it's brutal to enter into those niches. Right, if you enter into a red ocean niche or an extremely high competition niche and you've got big brands selling products in those niches, really established sellers, loads of designs that are all selling really, really, really well, then you as a new seller with no brand, no reviews, you're never going to get any sales, right? Because the customers are always going to be gravitating towards the products with 5,000 reviews. It's probably why a lot of makeup products are very hard to compete with. Like if you want to sell lipstick, there's just no hope. You've got all the massive lipstick brands that you can compete with, right? And it's just not going to work. So we want low competition. Third thing we want is low hassle, right? Low hassle. In other words, we don't want the product to be a nightmare, right? We don't want the product to cause us loads of hassle and be a nightmare. We don't want it to be too big. We don't want it to be fragile. We don't want it to break. We don't want it to be a nightmare to actually build. Like electronics are a nightmare, right? They really are a nightmare to create good quality electronics. So avoid them, right? We want low hassle products, easy to source and sell to customers. Not too many returns, not too complicated, not too many moving parts. And if we have all three of those elements, finally, we want there to be a gap in the marketplace. Or in other words, we want there to be something that we can improve on in the marketplace, something better, something different that we can do with our product that we offer that gives customers a reason to buy our product, right? We don't just want to offer like a Me Too product or like a copycat product where everyone's selling the same thing and you just sell the same thing. Because what happens in that circumstance? Well, if everybody's selling the same thing and the customers see that all the products are exactly the same, well, the only differentiator at that point is going to be price. And so your products are going to have to be cheaper than everyone else's to sell. And then you get a price war. So you reduce your price, the competition reduce their price, you reduce your price even more, and it just goes down and down and down until people are making a loss. Never underestimate the stupidity of people in business, right? People will literally make a loss for months and not even realize. So don't assume that people won't put their prices so low that they'll lose a load of money, because they will. And I've seen it happen so many times. So we need something better. We need to be able to charge more than everyone else. Right, the reason why, look at me, I'm an absolute sucker for Apple products. So I've got everything. And I pay more for my Apple products than most other people pay for their products. Why? Because Apple do something different. Yeah, you might hate Apple and You might not like them, fine. But you've got to admit they've done something a bit different, right, from everyone else. And therefore, because they're different, they can charge more. And this is the same concept in any niche, in any marketplace. If you do something different, if you do something better in some way, it doesn't have to be better in every way, do something better in some way, then you can charge more. And customers will start to love you and love your brand and buy your other products and reorder from you, tell their friends, family about your products. And there you go. Now you have a business. All right. So if we can have all 4 of these elements on the Smash It product radar, then our product is golden. All right. So that's the theory. Does this stuff make sense? Type yes in the chat if you're getting this, if it makes sense, and if you understand what we're looking for. Now, the tricky part with this is taking this theory and finding these elements and actually implementing it in our product research and looking for products that meet all this criteria. That's the tricky part. So that's what I'm going to show you next. Okay. So one thing I've noticed is there's a big delay between me doing this live and the stream going out. I think it's about 30 seconds. So if I ask you a question, you guys reply, like the yeses are just coming in now. So back and forth is going to be a little bit, delayed, but hey, it's cool. See, let's have a look. Ahmed says yes. Adam says yes. Ellie says yes. John says yes. Aditi says yes. SS says yes. Cool. So you guys, you understand the theory. That's good. Let's have a look. So some of you asked questions. We're going to have a longer Q&A session at the end, but I'll take questions as we go as well. So anything you want to ask, just chuck it in. Oh, look at this. Adam says, thanks to you, I'm earning over 50k every 2 weeks. Nice work, man. It's really awesome to see people actually implementing, the stuff that I teach and really building real businesses. This is why I do this. So thanks so much for being here, dude. And thanks for sharing that. And if you're watching this at any point, if you get inspired and you really want to start implementing this stuff and you want me to find you a product that you can sell on Amazon, personally, I'll research it for you and I'll guide you through how to launch it. If you want some help with that, click the button in the description. You can book in an Amazon Accelerator call. Free call with my team. We'll come up with a strategy to build your business. And then if we're fit to work together, I'll research you a product and you can get some help launching it. All right. Any other questions? Let's have a look. Adam says, do you know any other websites like Alibaba, but for Germany and USA for electronics? Last time I bought electronics from China, it was horrible. Yeah, so this is why I focus on low hassle products, man, because electronics are not low hassle. If you're going to get electronics built, then you have to, first of all, anticipate it's going to be a nightmare. Right? Just accept it. If you're going to do it, accept it. Then you have to be really meticulous in finding a supplier who can create good quality. I would say, I'd even go as far as to say you might actually have to go to the factory and meet them. At the very least, vet them and make sure the products are good. And then you're going to have to test the products before you send them into Amazon. You have to. So inspection service in China, or inspect them in the UK before they go into the warehouse, or wherever you're selling. Because if you get 100 products made with a circuit, 20% of them might not work. So you're going to have 20% of customers being really annoyed if you don't test your stuff. So you've got to test it. And even after you test it, there's still going to be faults that appear in some of the products. So it's a horrendous niche to get into. But there is a lot of money to be made. So, some people are making electronics. I don't have other sources or magical ways of finding amazing suppliers who can make electronics. To be honest, Alibaba's probably all you need. It's not the website, in my opinion. It's more to do with how you find the suppliers, how you vet them, and how careful you are with your testing, etc., etc., etc. So personally, I wouldn't sell electronics, but if you do want to, just be very careful. Alrighty, any other questions? Let's have a look. Simon says, Apple products are all the same, been the same phone for the last 7 years. Yeah, it pretty much has, to be fair. I haven't upgraded since, this is iPhone 7? So I've seen the new ones, I'm like, well, 8, and what was it, 10? I was like, I can't be bothered to upgrade. I'll upgrade when I see a huge difference. Personally, I think upgrading iPhone every year is pointless, man. It doesn't bring me any happiness. Like, the way I spend money is down to, is this going to bring me joy? Right? That's the question I ask. And upgrading an iPhone every year just does nothing. Rather just invest the money. That brings me a lot more long-term joy than buying a thing. Once this gets so slow that it just doesn't work anymore, yeah, it'll bring me a hell of a lot of joy. So I did with this Mac. Like, I had the old one for 5 years, and then this year I was like so laggy, so I got a new one. Unfortunately, I had to pay an extra £1,000 to ship it from the UK to Sweden because of Brexit, because of import VAT. That's a story for another stream and a very stupid mistake that I made, but hey, I wanted the laptop, so did it anyway. See if I've missed out any other questions. Simon says, have you jailbroke your iPhone, or do you still have to use the Apple Run apps? Yeah, I like the Apple apps, to be honest, man. For me, the number one thing I want is just pick up the thing, use it, get on with my life. Like, for me, the number one thing in business is efficiency. I want efficiency, man. I want everything to run smoothly, because even if I spend double the amount for my technology, think of the return on investment I'll get by saving all that time, because things are efficient. Like, the ecosystem works really well with Apple for me. But yeah, that's my opinion. You do you. Cool. Simon says, how do you set yourself up as an FBA seller? Yeah, just go to sellercentral.amazon.co.uk. There's a tutorial on my YouTube video, by the way. Page looks different now, but it's basically the same process. Sign up for your account and you'll automatically be enrolled into the FBA program. So there's nothing complicated. Let's have a look. Simon says, watch your session on AMZ Scout's site earlier. Cheers for watching, man. Awesome. Let's have a look. Cool. All right, guys. So let's do some research. So what we need to do is find products that meet these elements on the radar. Okay, that's what we need to do. The question is, though, how do we do it? Do we want to find every single one of these elements from the start when we're looking for products? That can be a little bit overwhelming. In fact, the first two elements I look for when I'm doing my product research, right, is these two: high demand and low competition. Now, we can kind of glance at these two in the first phase of product research, right? We can look at them, have a little look, but don't obsess over them, right? I focus on high demand and low competition first, and then after that we'll do a deeper dive and see if there's a gap and see if it's low hassle. All right. So here's my theory for you with learning how to find products, right? Just quickly before we get to the product research, I just want to tell you this concept. Product research is like any other skill, right? You've probably learned loads of skills in your life: how to cook, maybe how to drive a car, how to walk when you were like little, how to speak. Every skill that you've learned in your life, you were rubbish at one point. And it's no different with product research, right? Right now, I don't know where you are on your journey, but if you're new, you're going to suck at product research, right? You're going to be terrible at it. And that's okay. What we really need to do to get good at product research is practice. What a lot of people do when they are looking for products on Amazon in the beginning is they try and find the perfect product that's going to make them 10 grand a month from the very beginning. They're like, oh, I just need to find this incredible product that's going to change my whole entire life, enable me to quit my job, go on loads of holidays, have the 4-hour work week, etc., etc., etc. That's what they're aiming for. But you've got to understand, when you're new to product research, you're crap at it, right? I was terrible at product research in the beginning. I actually imported products in the beginning of my Amazon journey that were just terrible products because I was moving too quick compared to my skill level. right? Because I was so excited to get into product research, into private label, because I was doing so much arbitrage, wholesale, other strategies. So it's going to take you a while to get good at this. It doesn't have to take very long. It could just take a couple weeks. But the point is, in the beginning, you're going to suck. So I don't recommend you aim to look for the perfect product in the beginning. All right? I don't recommend you aim to look for the perfect product. In fact, what I recommend you look for in the beginning is crappy products. Right? In other words, products that kind of meet the criteria, but also kind of don't, right? They're just within the ballpark. The reason why is because this will get us more practice. It will also get us more momentum. Is that how you spell momentum? I think that's how you spell momentum. If you guys have been reading my emails for any length of time, you know I just can't really spell. So, yeah, you're probably used to it by now. But we want momentum. We want to have some practice finding crappy products. So we actually have a chance to find products. And then once we found a load of crappy products, some of those will probably be good, right? From my experience, if you can find 20 crap products, around about 3 of them will probably be acceptable, right? They'll actually be okay, right? But you've got to get through the bad products first and understand why they're bad to get to the good products. Right? And a lot of people try and skip that process and find the smash hit product straight away. Think of it a little bit like a songwriter. Like if you're a songwriter, is the first song you ever write going to be a smash hit? Is it going to be a #1 chart topping thing? No, right? Never. It's never going to. It's going to suck. You're probably not even going to be able to play guitar properly. Probably can't sing. Your chords are wrong. Your melody sounds weird. But does that mean you should just quit? No, you should just keep writing songs. Professional songwriters, right, who do this full time, they write 100 songs. Like these are like top guys, like in Nashville, who write the country songs. They'll write 100 songs, and then one of them will be a hit. And they are literally top of the game. So they still have to do this concept. They have to get through the crap to actually launch something or launch a song worthwhile. And it's the same process with Amazon sellers, right? So we need momentum. We want to add something to a database so we can have a chance of then launching something better, adding something better to the database. Right. So I've mentioned criteria and I've mentioned finding crappy products. What is the criteria we're aiming for? Well, some of you probably have my handbook or you have one of my programs which tells you the exact criteria you need to look for. And I'm going to give you a brief version of it now. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I'll give you a brief version. Right now, as I said, we're focusing on high demand, we want the product to sell well, and low competition. All right, we're just focusing on those 2 things to start with. So the criteria we're going to focus on is having at least 3 3K per month sellers, 3 products in the niche with at least 3K per month, and 5 or less established sellers, or in other words, sellers with more than 500 reviews. Right? So let me just go through that again. 3 sellers with at least £3,000 a month in revenue. Okay, that proves, there's different designs that sell. It looks like a niche where people are buying the product. If you add your product to the niche and it's really good, you could also make 3K a month, probably £1,000 a month profit-ish, depending, right? Demand's high. Also, 5 or less established sellers. So there isn't a whole page of sellers with 1 billion reviews. There's a few sellers who are doing really well right now, but if you're like the 6th one, customers will probably still buy from you, even though you only have a couple hundred reviews or no reviews, right? That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to switch my screen over to my laptop screen. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do this and what I'm looking for on Amazon when I'm searching for hot products. So we've just got like 4 billion comments in the chat. So I'm going to answer a few questions first. Before getting to that, let's have a look. Hiren says, I do upgrade my iPhone every year. Good for you, man. Well, look, if it makes you happy, do it. Like, it's a personal thing. Now thinking so much about starting an Amazon business. Nice. Yeah. Go for it. I'd love to see how it goes for you. Keep me updated. Amara says, I'm still carrying this unknown fear of starting with the suppliers. How safe they are. Great question. In fact, suppliers in general, human beings in general, are unpredictable. We don't know whether your supplier is going to be safe, right? That's why we have to take some precautions when you're looking for a supplier. Right, that's why we order a small amount first before ordering a huge amount. That's why we use Alibaba's trade assurance for our orders, because if anything goes wrong, you can apply for a refund. Right? I mean, always look for verified suppliers, because then they'll be checked by Alibaba and they'll be good quality. And then you really can't go too wrong. Right, you can't go too wrong. So generally, look, most suppliers on Alibaba are very, very safe. They're just normal people who just want to build a business. And then there's a few scammers. But if you use trade assurance and you look for verified suppliers, the chance of getting scammed is very, very, very low. And order a test batch first, number one, because it's safer just to spend £500 versus £5,000, right? Number two, for your confidence. Once you've received some goods from China, once actually the fear starts to go away. Right, that's the truth. Lee says, which is better, AMZ Scout or Jungle Scout? Good question. They're all the same. All the softwares are the same. Like, genuinely, that's my honest answer. They're all the same. I have a personal bias. I used to love Jungle Scout. Now I've moved to AMZ Scout. A couple reasons for that. Jungle Scout just kept logging me off every time I opened the thing. I need to log in again. Bit annoying. Like, it does it several times a day. And when I'm doing a lot of product research or analysis, that's kind of annoying. I'm all about efficiency, right? That's like my number one thing. I want to be efficient. I want to get stuff done, right? And when I'm working, I want things to be smooth, right? So now I can finish my work and just do other things. So if anything slows me down, it annoys me. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is because AMZ Scout, I really like the team. I've worked with them. I've done content with them. And I do some affiliate stuff with them as well. So obviously I'm going to be biased, right, if it's making me a bit of cash. But all the softwares are the same. Helium 10, Zon Base, Zon Guru, Jungle Scout, etc., etc. They're all great. Just pick one you like, you know. Tina says, hello everyone. Hey Tina, how you doing? Welcome. Let's have a look. SS says, can I start FBA private label now in Q4 or am I too late? Shall I wait till January? Don't wait. Let's get moving. Get moving. You can start now. You could probably get a product in now if you source it locally. It's possible. Let's have a look. Ellie's answered a couple questions. Cheers, Ellie. Good answers. Let's have a look. Some of you guys are clients and you're in the FBA Slack group. Great to have you here, guys. If you guys want to get some help, join the Slack group that these guys are in, then book in your Amazon Accelerator call with the link below. Have a chat with our team and we'll come up with a link for you. A strategy for you, to build your business. And then we can, if we're a fit to work together, I'll research a product for you to launch and we can talk about how to work together. Let's have a look. Adam says, can this be rewatched later? Yeah, I think I'll post up the replay here on YouTube so you'll be able to find it. Let's have a look. Adam says, I never did wholesale, but my friend is starting. Does he need to contact the brand company for their permission? If so, how do they need some sort of document to show on Amazon? Yeah, he'll have to get ungated in Amazon for that brand. So he'll need some invoices from a distributor. It doesn't necessarily have to be from the brand, but it has to be from a distributor of the brand. And the invoice has to be accepted by Amazon. And sometimes the invoices that do get accepted by Amazon change. So it's a bit of trial and error there. But get some invoices, get some stock, get some invoices, try it, keep trying. There's also agencies that can get you ungated as well. If it was me, I'd use an agency because it's just easier. Costs you a bit of money, but it saves you time. So I value time over money personally. Obviously, when I had no money, I couldn't do that, but it depends what situation you're in. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Adam's sharing the Slack group. That's just for members actually, so appreciate it if you didn't drop the link in there, man, because it's just for members. Let's have a look. SS says, I didn't think of sourcing locally. Would you recommend anyone? Yeah, in fact, eBay can be really good for sourcing product locally because there's so many wholesalers in there, so many sellers, and yeah, they've got so much stock, so you can source stuff from eBay. If you ask for bulk quotes, hey, look, the animation just came up. Andrew subscribed. Very, very big thanks for subscribing, man. That's cool. It's a zombie. Awesome. Yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed, hit the button and we get to see that cool zombie animation, which I've never seen before. It's my first time using this software, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Probably being way too relaxed on this stream, to be honest with you, but I'm having fun. It's all good. Let's have a look. Zane says, what's the profit margin with Amazon FBA roughly? To be honest, every business is different, man. Like really, I've seen people who've had 45% margins. I've seen people who've had 10% margins, and there's nothing wrong with any of those margins, really. It depends on where you're getting the stock from, what your marketing costs are, but on average, we'd aim for maybe 20%, 30%-ish. And then from there, you just have to see how it works out for your niche, for your brand, for your products. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about what the profit margin is going to be in the first year. I just learn the skills. Like we're learning product research right now. It's a skill. If you learn the skill, then you can figure out how to make profit later, right? It's more a case of just getting moving first. Let's have a look. Adam says, oh, sorry, Lon. No worries, man. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just try and keep it for the members of the program. Let's have a look. Alrighty. Let's get on with some product research. Let's do some actual teaching, shall we? That would be a novel idea. Let's have a look. All right. How do I use computers again? Okay. Disable iPad. Turn on computer screen. You're going to see what I'm seeing now. Goes into an eternal loop of death. Okay. Can you guys see my computer screen? Please type yes in the chat. If you can, that'd be awesome. Just want to make sure it's all working, really. I know there's going to be a delay, so I'm going to have to answer a couple questions while I'm waiting. But yeah, if you type yes, if you can see my computer screen, you should be able to see the OBS software, etc., etc. Adam says, do you know some of those agencies? To be honest, Adam, if you Google it, man, there's loads of them, and they're all pretty good. Yeah, Google Ungate Amazon FBA agency, and there's loads. And if you find one that has a no win, no fee, that's even better. If you don't get ungated, they'll give you a refund. That's awesome. I'd go for those ones because then you can't really lose. All right, so you can all see my screen. Fantastic. Adam says, how come on Alibaba gold and silver is so safe? How come they can sell brands like Nike, etc.? Yeah, so yeah, I mean, Alibaba will vet them and make sure that they're a real supplier with real stock, with a real factory. They won't vet them on intellectual property stuff, so you've got to be a bit careful there. Alibaba can only do so much to police what people sell, but they just want to, number one, just make sure they're a real company, Let's have a look. Alrighty, so I'm going to switch over to Amazon. Close that. Slightly sus page. All right, here we go. So how do you find products? How do you take the stuff we talked about just now, this criteria, and put it into practice? How do you do it? Well, the first thing you want to do is get yourself a Google Doc. And if you want, you can do this with me now and actually practice while I'm doing it. It's a good time to start researching some products, or you can watch me. It's up to you. Now, on this doc, I recommend you just do two things first. Two columns. Number one, the link for the product that you're looking at. Okay. Actually, 3 columns would be better. Column for the link for the product. Okay. A column for how many sellers making at least 3K a month. and a column for how many established sellers with more than 500 reviews. Right? This is how I start my product research process. What we're going to do is we're going to go on Amazon. We're going to look for products that have 3 sellers making 3K per month or more, and 5 or less sellers with more than 500 reviews. Okay, we're going to try and add as many products as we possibly can to this list, right? And then we're going to do a deeper dive on them. Okay, so we're not going to stick too strict to the criteria. If I find a product that has 2 sellers making 3K a month, I'm going to add it still. If we find a product that has 6 established sellers, I'm still going to add it, because remember, we're practicing. It doesn't have to be perfect. These products are meant to be crap, right? They're not meant to be incredible. They're not meant to be products that are going to help us build a business that's going to make us millions. We can do that in the future, right? We'll get to that. Right now, all we have to do is practice, get some momentum, and actually add something to a database, right? Because it feels good once you get started. Okay. So in order to do this, I have a 3-step process that I want to show you. You guys may have seen this before. The 3 C's, okay, when we're looking for products. First one is choose. Second one is check. If I can write properly. Third one is compare. Choose, check, compare. This is how we find products. In fact, I don't know, can you guys see my iPad? Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, choose, check, compare. This is how we find products. Okay. And I'm going to show you each phase, and through this you'll see an easy way to find products and add them to your list. So let me share my screen again. So the choose phase is very simple. What we're doing is we're looking for we're searching on Amazon to look for a list of products to choose from, to pick one that looks like it might be a good product to private label. In other words, a product we can import from China, put our own logo on, import in bulk and sell. So again, we want something probably quite small, quite light, easy to sell. No electronics, nothing too bulky, nothing too complicated. All right. So the first thing I like to do is just type in -key and then a load of random characters. And then you're going to get everything on Amazon. All right, -key, load of random characters, because this search says, Amazon, show me everything that doesn't have this in it, which is obviously everything, because nothing has this in it, right? Or like very unlikely. Then once you've done that, choose a category. So I'd go for a low hassle category. Personally, I like home and kitchen. Always good. Lots of low hassle products in home and kitchen. Okay. Now you can see pretty much all the products in home and kitchen, sorted kind of randomly. Now the products that come up on page 1, anytime you do pretty much any search, they're always going to be selling really well. So if I just use AMZ Scout here to illustrate that, we can check out the revenues for these products. Right, these are all going to be products that are selling very, very well. That's why they're on page 1. For example, here's a Squid Game mask. Obviously, that's going to be selling well. It's Halloween. Squid Game's come out. It's like the talk of the town. It's probably crushing it, I'd imagine. Very surprised if it wasn't. But yeah, we've got lots of products here that are just crushing it. There's a Flash Speed Mop starter kit that's making 200 grand a month. All right, this is what you see on page 1 of really any search result. So what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for products that are quite simple, right? Quite simple. I tend to ignore the adverts, by the way. I tend to ignore them and just focus on the actual listings, not ones we've sponsored on. And we want to find something that looks quite easy to sell. So this is a blanket. Blankets are quite easy. They're not going to break in shipping. They might be a bit bulky, but probably easy. You could put a ton of them in a box and they're not going to break. So I'm going to choose this one, right? That's our first phase. Choose. I've chosen this product that looks kind of easy to sell, right? Next thing we want to do is check it, right? We want to check the product. So what I do is open it up in a new tab and just take a slightly closer look at the product. I want to see what revenue is it doing. Like, is it doing really, really well? If you have a software, you can hit the button. Right, this one's doing £294 a month, which is all right. It's not actually very good, to be honest, but it's probably on the rise if it was on page 1. So it's doing quite well. And we also want to see, like, is this like a massive brand? So you can actually Google the brand if you want and just have a look and see, is it a big brand? If it's a big brand, something will come up here and you'll see history of the brand. You'll see the product being sold on loads of different websites. Like if I type in Nike on Google, something comes up here with the Nike information, the stock price. Obviously that indicates it's a huge company because it's public. And you can see the products being sold on all different kinds of shops. Nike, big brand, whatever this one is, not a big brand, no one's ever heard of it. So we could probably compete against it, right? Cool. Alrighty, so we've chosen this, we've checked it, it's not big brand. It's doing all right in terms of sales. Finally, we want to compare it. So what does that mean? Well, we want to have a look at the general niche. Look at all of the Sherpa fleece blankets on the marketplace. And we want to see what the competition's like. We want to see the overall levels of demand and the overall levels of competition. So I've typed in Sherpa fleece blanket, which is probably what customers would type in to find the product, right? If you were a customer looking for the product, you wouldn't type in Blumenthal Sherpa fleece blanket, super fluffy and thick throw blanket for, you just type in Sherpa fleece blanket, right? That's probably the keyword that gets the most hits. Then again, hit your extension button, Jungle Scout, AMZ Scout, Helium 10, whatever it is. Super handy to have one of these to use. Then we're going to see if it meets our criteria that I've put here. 3K sellers and established sellers. We're going to put down the numbers of these if the product is anywhere near. All right, so this niche, if we sort by revenue, right, all the extensions are basically the same. Jungle Scout will look the same. See if there's more than 3 sellers making 3K a month. Right, this is what we're looking for to check out our high demand. In this niche, there's clearly more than 3. There's probably about 25, right? So that is definitely good. There's definitely high demand. People want to buy these things. What about competition though? Are there more than 5 sellers with more than 500 reviews? The answer is yes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is an example of a red ocean marketplace or a very high competition niche. Because if you want to get your product onto page 1, to the top of page 1 and get it selling, you've got to beat 20 sellers who've got more than 500 reviews who are established. You've got to beat them. And it's not going to be easy to do that. It's going to be hard because customers are going to buy from the guy with 70,000 reviews, from the guy with 6,000 reviews, from the guy with 3,300 reviews, right? They're not going to buy from you if you've got no reviews, no brand, no one's ever seen you before, and you're like way down here on like page 5. It's so much harder to compete. So therefore this product, veto, right? We're not going to go for it. That's fine, right? So this is the choose, check, compare framework. Does this kind of make sense to you guys? Like how to actually find the products? Type in the chat, let me know if that makes sense. Type me in the chat if you understand the concept. And then we're just going to go ahead and try and find as many products as we can, and I'll go a bit faster. Trying to make sure everyone's on the same page. By the way, if you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe. I want to see that zombie again because it looks cool. And also, if you want some help, if you want me to find you a hot product, then book in your Amazon Accelerator call. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description. You'll get a little application to fill out. It takes 2 minutes. You can book in a call, 100% free. My team will reach out to you. Together, you'll build a strategy to hit your income goals selling on Amazon, right? And if we're fit to work together, I'll research your product personally and I'll help you launch it and we can get your business moving. Awesome, lots of you saying me, so you guys get it. That's good, it's a good sign. Cool. All right, so now you get the concept. Now you know what we're looking for. You know we want to practice. Let's just go ahead and find as many products as we can, right? So, choose. I've done the choose step. We're on the choose page now. We can close these two. Trying to find another product that looks low hassle, looks easy to sell. This one, is it low hassle? No, it's an electronic, right? It's like, it's going to be a nightmare to sell. To make that consistently good quality for every customer, too much moving parts. What about this? Halloween pumpkins decorating artificial set. Now this could be good, but can you guys see any flaws with this product? Like, can you see anything that could be wrong with this niche? It's kind of obvious really. Well, it's probably only going to sell well around Halloween. And then in November, from November to say September, it's not going to sell. So 11 months of the year, it's just never going to sell. So I wouldn't sell it personally. Now at this stage, you might have a look at this product because you might not know things like that, and that's fine. But for me, I know that product's seasonal. How about this product? Well, it's electronic. This one, it's a paper cutter. It's probably a bit too big. This one, it's electronic. Trying to find something simple and easy to sell. What about this? Shot glasses, plastic shot glasses. So we've chosen it because it's quite easy product, right? We're just going to check it. Let's have a look. So let's see the revenue, see how much money it's making. 13 grand a month. Well, that's promising. We've only 3 reviews, which means it's a new product. Very promising. Yeah, it was launched on 13th of September. They launched it a month ago. It's already making 13 grand a month. That makes my ears prick up, right? That's interesting. Okay. Is it a big brand? Tijia, I've never heard of it. Let's Google it. They've got a store. Apparently in UAE they have a store. Okay, interesting. Is that the same brand though? It doesn't look like it. This is an electronics brand. Probably not. So it's definitely not a big national brand everybody's heard of in the UK, such as, I don't know, Johnson & Johnson or, I don't know, Nike or whatever. Might be a brand, but it's not a super popular one. So we've checked it. It looks okay. Let's compare. I'm going to take the main keyword, plastic shot glasses. Probably sums it up, right? Plastic shot glass. Hit search, and then we've got all the plastic shot glasses side by side. Let's hit the button, have a look at the niche. And we want to check levels of demand, levels of competition, see what they're looking like. Takes a little while for it to populate sometimes. It's all good. And remember guys, these are estimations. Like, we don't know exactly how much this product's going to make. Like, this software is trying to guess, right? But it's not always going to be exact. In fact, a lot of the time it lowballs it. I've compared my sales figures to, you know, ones from Jungle Scout, ones from AMZ Scout, and they've been lower in my experience on the software. Something to think about. Let's have a look. Okay, there's definitely more than 3 sellers with 3k a month in sales, right? Crushing it, lots of sellers doing well. What about reviews? How many established sellers do we have? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little more than 5, right? So again, this is probably a little bit too competitive, so we can probably leave it. All right, let's have a look for another niche. What about steel palette knives? Check it quickly, have a look. You can also, if you want, you can check out the dimensions and things like that when we check the product. See if it's a big brand. Yeah, probably not. There's a company called Artworks in Stockholm where I live, but it doesn't really look necessarily like it's actually this brand. So it looks okay. Stainless steel palette knife is a general keyword. speeding up a little now so you guys can not die of boredom. Right, let's have a look. So we got some here. Let's pull up AMZ Scout. One thing I wanted to tell you about product research, actually, is really important to understand, is it's kind of, there's an element of randomness. Like some days you'll do loads of product research, you'll spend a half an hour doing it, you'll find the most amazing products and you'll just keep finding them. You'll get on a roll. Other days you'll look for products and it's just like pulling teeth. You can't find anything. And I just want you to understand, like, that's okay, right? It happens to everyone. Like this session, I don't know if we're going to find 1 million products or if we're going to find none. Like, I really don't know. It's kind of random. And you have to be okay with that randomness. Like what I have is a team of people who actually research products for me. And they're constantly looking for products. Right? Some days they find loads. Some days they find barely any. Right? And the reason why I have a team is because I know how random it is. And I know how many hours I want them to put in. Right? So eventually they will find great products and they will consistently find a lot just because they're putting in so much time. So if you spend ages looking, you don't find anything, take a break, come back later, come back tomorrow, keep looking, right? It's random. There's an element of randomness. All right, so there's 3 established sellers. Three sellers with more than 3K a month. How many established sellers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 again. Too competitive, right? Not going to be easy to compete. Let's keep going. Skip the Halloween stuff, right? What about this? Travel sewing kit. Have a quick look. You can check the size, see if it's nice and small and easy to import. You can also check the brand if you want, but I know Cash Plus is, I've never heard of that before, so probably don't need to check it. Travel sewing kit. Grab the generic keyword. Enter into Amazon, hit the AMZ Scout button, Jungle Scout button, whatever you want to use. Let's have a look. See how this process is quite simple, fundamentally? Like we're just focusing on 2 pieces of criteria, that's it. We're not going too in depth too soon because it can be confusing. We're just looking for those 2 pieces of criteria. If we find it, add it to the database. We can look at the rest later. Let's have a look. I can already see at a glance there's way too many established sellers. All right, so I don't even need to look at the revenue, so we can say nope to this one. Keep going. Again, trying to speed up a little bit. Let's have a look. I mean, I know for a fact this niche is like a bloody minefield, so I'm going to skip it. What else do we have? Bubble wrap. Carving kit for pumpkins. Again, Halloween. Big right now, won't be big in a few weeks. Dual tip brush pens. Let's have a look at this niche. Is this a big brand? Don't think so because it's Euro Element and I've never heard of that. Should be okay. What about the size, the dimensions? Looks okay. Generic keyword. Look at the niche. While that's pulling up, just going to see if you guys have got any comments. Let's have a look. Amara says, it's just seasonal. Does that mean short duration? Yes, exactly. So if you're selling Christmas trees, your business is going to be profitable in December. All the other months of the year, you're not going to make any money, right? So we want to avoid products like that. Let's have a look. Adam says, just had dinner. Nice one, man. What did you have? Hope it was good. Robert says, used to live in Stockholm. Cool, man. Nice. Whereabouts do you live? I'm in Kungsholmen at the moment. Let's have a look. Adam says, my next mission is aiming for 500,000. Yeah, go for it, man. Let's do it. It's a good sized business, 500,000. It's nice. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's a nice size. John says, how do you check for non-patent products? Great question. You can Google the patent office, find the patent office, and you can search for patents. You can actually search in there. Let's have a look. Matt says, would you say this product search is also good for eBay? Yeah, you can adapt it for eBay, definitely, because it's the same concept Generally, if something's a good product to sell on Amazon, it can also be a good product to sell on eBay sometimes. You just want to see, again, same concept, high demand, low competition, fill in the gaps, right? That's really what you want. Tube Dalay says, I used to live in Linköping, was many months ago. Nice, awesome, Linköping. I have a friend from Jönköping, never been to Linköping. Awesome. Let me switch back to my computer. We're going to keep going, find some more. Notice we've already been on for an hour, man. That's crazy. It's gone so fast. Wow, I really did ramble on a lot like while we were looking. Jesus, okay. What were we doing? Oh yeah, looking at these pens. Sometimes if you see quite a few high numbers in the reviews, check the reviews first, because I can see this is already way too competitive. We'll just skip it. What else do we have? Christmas cake boxes. Yeah, probably a bit seasonal, right? Pretty obvious. Electronics, dual tech pens, same niche. So it's all seasonal. Electronics. Cellophane bags. Okay, what are these? Let's have a look. Cellophane bags. Pack of 50. Maybe that could be the generic keyword. Let's have a quick look. Now, some of you might be wary of whether to sell eco-friendly products, not eco-friendly products. You might have other hang-ups about whether you want to sell a product or not for moral reasons or other reasons, or it doesn't interest you, or you don't understand the niche. My advice, like right now, when you're just building your list of crappy products, like don't obsess over that stuff. Just build the list first, right? And then you can focus on whether you actually want to sell the product later. Remember, we're practicing. You could find an amazing product that's a smash hit that you would never sell. It's good to know what that looks like and have it on the list, right? Who knows? You might be able to sell a more ethical version of it. Let's say you don't want to sell cellophane bags, for example. Well, you could sell a renewable version of this product and offer it to the same marketplace, right? But I'm not worrying about that now. I'm mainly just worrying about, does it meet the criteria so we can practice? All right, way too many established sellers, so no, not looking good. Let's keep going. And we've got oven gloves. We could check this one out. Looks like an easy product to sell, right? It's a piece of material at the end of the day. Now, I know from instinct and experience, this is probably going to be a competitive niche, but still worth checking. Maybe I'm wrong actually about that, but we'll see. Looking at the generic keyword, I've hit the AMZ Scout button. Gonna have a look. And really, this is it. It's quite a laborious process, right? It takes time to do this stuff. One thing I love to do when I'm researching products, doing product like this kind of work, is take it as an opportunity just to have some like me time. Like, you know, when you go to the gym and you spend like an hour working out, right? Or when you're cooking or doing chores, or when you're doing something laborious, you can make it fun. Like, find an album you've wanted to listen to for a long time, play it. Find an audiobook. What I used to do when I was building my business back in 2015 is listen to motivational videos on YouTube. Just get loads of them up and listen to get really riled up. Remind me of my vision, remind me of my purpose while I'm looking for these products, right? And that makes this into like a little bit more of a, almost like a meditation or like a healthy practice that you're doing, rather than some really, really boring thing. Because ultimately it might be tedious, but if you spend enough time doing it and you build a skill, like you could literally, every product you launch, you could add like an extra £1,000 a month profit to your income. Like you could massively increase your income. So yeah, it might be boring along the way, but ultimately the rewards are great. It's like going to the gym. Is it fun? Well, personally I like it, but you know, some people find it boring. But the results are undeniable. You're going to be healthier, fitter, happier, going to look better, right? So if you can somehow make the process enjoyable, that's the way. That's how you win. And sooner or later, you'll get addicted to the results. So once you start bringing in some money from this stuff, you'll get addicted. You'll do it not because it's the discipline. You'll do it because it brings you results, right? And that will get you hooked. How many does this niche have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so many, man. When I did this the other day on one of my platinum coaching calls, we found like 3 products straight away. This is what I mean. It's so random. Whereas today I'm basically finding nothing. But it's just the way it is. You've got to keep looking. I think some of the Halloween products have come in and they've shuffled around all of the results and made things look a little bit different. Maybe, I don't know. Or it could just be random. Who knows? Let's have a look. Ice cream scoops. You notice I'm kind of skipping the check phase a little. If I know that it's not a big brand, then I tend to skip it. If I can see it's small, if I know it's not a big brand, you can jump straight to compare. Okay, already see this is a mental niche, right? Really competitive. Super quick. One thing you can do actually, on the top of the page, you can change the page number. So page equals, then you can type in like 30 and jump to page 30. And sometimes in the back end of the pages of your search, you'll actually find less competitive products. See, now I'm on page 30. I didn't have to keep clicking next like 30 times. Because the URL in the top, page equals 30 or whatever number it is, you can change the number, jump to a different page. Good way to find slightly less competitive niches. Alrighty, what do we have here? Door stops. Who knows? Could this be a good niche? Certainly boring enough, right? Boring niches are always the ones that do well. Ones that just sell and sell and sell and the competition doesn't creep up and they just make you money consistently. The amount of boring products I've sold is pretty staggering. But again, looks extremely competitive. So, got to keep looking. What else do we have? Kitchen roll holder. My mic's kind of in the way of my keyboard, so I have to keep moving my head. I'm going to sit up a little. Kitchen roll holder. What about this? While that's loading, I'm going to look at some other ones as well. Speed the process up a little. Seal pillow. Interesting. It's a ridiculous product, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. Kind of want it, actually. Okay, really competitive kitchen roll holder. Fair enough. What about seal pillow? I think I've seen that on social media a lot. I think I've seen it on TikTok or something. Very popular. So you notice how nobody's added any value to this niche. It's just like everyone's done the same thing. Very interesting. Just literally just loads of exactly the same products and you've got a couple that are different. So the price is just going to tank after a while. Like they've got no differentiation. Right, this is looking a bit more promising, but it hasn't loaded yet, so I'm not going to hold my breath. It might actually be good. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sellers with more than 3k a month. Okay, it's updated. Probably more. How many established sellers? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here we go. Here they come. You see, what you'll see sometimes is there's some products that will come in that have nothing to do with the actual niche. So you can actually skip those because we're not selling like a pillow, right? We're selling a seal plush toy. So you can ignore the pillow protectors, all this stuff. So if we just focus on the seal toys, there's one with 1,200 reviews. This one is a hugging pillow. Maybe that's the same kind of thing. 2, 3, skip the pillow. 4, skip that, skip that. Okay, so there's 4 established sellers with more than 500 reviews. Interesting, who are actually selling the seal pillow. All right, and what about sellers making 3k a month or more? How many? So there's 1 here. Ignore all this stuff. 2 here. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. All right. So this is one we can chuck on the database. Is it perfect? No, but it kind of meets the criteria, right? 7 sellers making 3K a month, 4 established sellers. Good. We've got our first crappy product. It only took us half an hour to find. Sometimes you'll find it in 10 minutes. Sometimes you'll find it with the first products you look at. Sometimes it takes an hour. It's just the way it is. You've got to keep going until you find all 20. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It takes time, but you'll find it eventually, right? If you just keep going. Let me see if you've missed out any questions. I've probably missed out about 400. Let's have a look. SS says, how do we get invoices from eBay for Amazon? So if you're selling your own product that you've private labeled and you're creating a bundle from a supplier on eBay, you won't need an invoice, okay? Because you're creating your own brand, essentially. Even though you're not putting the logo on the product, you're still selling it under your own brand, right? You'll want to find a generic product on eBay without a brand on it to sell. Therefore, you won't need invoices. Ellie says, Ollie, if you see that AMC Scout says it is a good niche, say 7 or 8, what else do you check? I tend to ignore their niche score. It can be a good indicator at a glance, but I find generally it's better to look at this criteria I'm showing you now rather than the niche score, because it can be inaccurate. Focus on these 2 pieces of criteria, the 3 sellers making 3K a month and the 5 established sellers or less. Emily says, how long have you spent on practicing with crappy products? A long time, because most of the products I found in the beginning were crappy, right? It's just the way it was for like months, but you won't have to. If you do this for a couple of weeks, let's say you find 20 crappy products. I've got a list here. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, I'll show you this list. So this is the list I did with platinum clients, right, on the coaching calls. 20 products here were searched, and there's a few here that are really good. So this one's really good. This one definitely could sell. This one could definitely sell. On average, when you're looking for products, you'll probably find about 3 out of every 20 that will sell on the first time. Now, as you keep doing this, right, what you'll realize is that you start to remember some of the things that you found during the process. Like you'll remember, okay, this product's too big, or this product's too heavy. And as you're doing the choose part of the process, you'll start to get better at skipping the products that aren't going to be a good fit. So now, the second time you do another list of 20 crappy products, instead of only 3 products that look really good, you'll have like 6, and your hit rate will go up. And it'll get to the point where, like me personally, I could, if I wanted to, pretty much every product I add to the database, almost, like I would probably import, right? Or maybe 1 out of every 2. Because I just know what I'm looking for now. And that's how you develop the skill, right? It just takes time. So in the beginning, it'll take you a while to find crappy products, but then you'll find good products, then you'll find great products, and then you'll find amazing smash hits almost every time you add something to the list. Does that make sense? Let's have a look. Adam says, oh, the old product research, I have 14 virtual assistants doing it for 8 hours a week and also part-time for the weekends. Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it's necessary, right? If you want to get enough products. Nancam says, Adam, where did you hire your VAs? Yeah, where did you hire your VAs? I personally go to places like onlinejobs.ph. Great place to find VAs, man. Yeah, great place. Cheapest ever. See, $902 a month, work for full time. $300 a month full time. These guys, they're, in their currency, like this is what a lot of people in Philippines aspire to do, because it's business process outsourcing. It's an industry for them where they earn a lot more than what they would earn in an office working at a Filipino company. So they're getting a great deal. We're getting a great deal. It just works. So you can post a job, and yeah, you can find someone. Great company. I've hired a lot of people through them. Super cheap as well. Pricing. You can sign up for like a month, post your job, and then you can like cancel. Yeah, once you've hired a couple people, and then reactivate it again when you want to hire more. So it's, yeah, super cost effective. Alrighty, let's do some more product research. In fact, we've been going on for 1 hour and 10. I'm probably going to do a part 2 of this stream because I want to show you guys how to analyze the products you have on your list, which is a whole other thing. Let's find a few more and then we'll call it a day. So let's have a look. I'm going to try and actually find some good products this time. Let's have a look. Party balloons. Let's have a look at these. Large punch balloons for kids. Let's try that niche. Are these those balloons you have on a string and you like blow it up and then you smack it like this? Remember those when I was younger? I mean, if you're glancing at the reviews and they all seem relatively low, it's usually a good sign. So who knows, this could be. We've only got 1 established seller so far. Now we've got 2. Can wait for these to populate. 3. See how many more we're going to get. It's doing a lot of work. It actually takes the bestseller rank from every single listing, multiplies it by the price to give you the estimated revenue. That's why it takes a while for it to load, because it's extracting all of this data using the API that connects directly to Amazon. And it scrapes all the data. That's why it takes a while to load. It's doing a lot of stuff. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 established sellers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sellers with more than 3K a month. So this is just outside the criteria, but remember I said we can be a bit loose, right? If it's got 5 or 6 established sellers, just add it, that's fine. But make sure you note it down. So I'm adding the link. I'm saying it's got 6 established sellers, and I can't remember how many 3K it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Not a perfect product, it's a crappy product, but that's what we're looking for, right? Let's try and find a few more. Usually skip the ads, although you can look at them. Balloon table stand, what about this? Interesting, it's basically within the same category. Table balloon stand kit. Hit the Chrome extension button. Let's have a look. Matty says, just got here after a 12-hour nursing home shift. Wow, man, that's sounds tough. Nice one for jumping on. Welcome. Keith says, don't the virtual assistants know why you do it and steal the keywords? Great question, man. This is something I used to worry about. Like, why don't they just build their own Amazon business? But you've got to understand, like, there's certain people in the world who want to be employees, and there's certain people who want to be Amazon or business owners. Right? It's the same thing as, like, why don't people who work in Starbucks just start their own coffee shop? That's a great question, but if you think about it, they've got to front the money for the inventory, for the staff, for the premises, for the coffee beans. They've got to do the marketing. They've got to learn how to run a company, do the bookkeeping. Like, it's not just the keywords that make the business; it's everything. So the virtual assistants they're just never going to do that, right? It's just like it's never going to happen. Even if they do, like, good luck to them, you know. Like, just let them try. You know, some of them might be able to do it, but the chances of them actually building a business that's so competitive that it completely destroys yours is impossible. They'll probably look, if they did do it, they would launch some products, sell alongside you, and you'd probably both make money. So these questions, it's usually a question of, are you in scarcity mindset or are you in abundance mindset? And that's what we're really asking, you know. Let's have a look. What are the results? 1, 2, 3 established sellers. Good. Starting to get a little bit better. Since we went to page 50, things are looking up. And the revenue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, let's add it. 13 3K sellers, and I think, was it 3 established sellers? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Let's keep going. Anti-bed bug mattress protector. Wow, that sounds like a fun product, doesn't it? Glamorous. Very glamorous. Anti-bed bug mattress protector. If it sells, then I'll sell it. Simple as that, right? It doesn't have to be the most exciting thing in the world. I don't know why I can't remove that comma. Isn't it fascinating that a comma literally changes the results? Look at that, it changes the format of the results. Why? I have no idea. Let's hit the button. I've never heard of this product before. You can have anti-bed bug mattress protectors. Do they work? Got some good reviews, so I'm assuming they do. Who knows, man? One established seller so far. It's like playing established seller gambling, right? To see how many we're going to get once the page loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. 7. Starting to get to the beyond the range of crappy product to like abysmal product, right? And you don't want to be adding them to your list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's too many. Okay, forget it. Bail. Bail. We can find something better. Tissue paper. Random. Let's have a look at that. Am I pressing the right button? Yeah, I think I am. Balloons arch kit. Didn't I just click tissue paper? Very strange. I must be getting tired, man. I think I'm hungry as well. I'm going to have to go order Uber Eats in a minute because the Thai place around the corner is going to close. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you soon, guys. But I'm going to do a part 2, I think. Maybe I'll do a part 2 next week and we can dive into like how to look at the list, the crappy products list, how to analyze it. I did the same stuff with my platinum clients over the past month, actually. Yeah, it's really good. Good sessions. Any other questions? Manoj says, great work, Ollie. Workshop is really good. Welcome, man. Thanks for joining me. There's still quite a lot of you on. Got some stamina. Great stuff. Alrighty. What is this niche? Tissue paper, 30 sheets. You'll notice that as you add words to a keyword, the competition reduces. It's a very important thing to understand. If I just type in tissue paper, this niche is going to be crazy. There's going to be so many competitors. But if I do tissue paper 30 sheets and we go more narrow, the competition is going to reduce because there's not going to be so many people selling that specific thing. So if you can focus on selling that specific thing, go a little bit deeper, you'll find more decent smash hit product niches. So be a little bit specific when you type in your keywords, and then when you sell your product, make sure you get the product ranked for that particular keyword, because then you'll have less competition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that's kind of crappy. It's very crappy. It's not 5. Alright, you know what? We've had a shit day today. We've found like 3 products. I'm going to add this one. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're going to add it. So 11 and 8. Another nuanced thing to understand is the more 3K sellers we have, the more established sellers I'll allow for. In other words, the more demand there is, the more competition is acceptable. It's an advanced concept. Don't worry about it if you're new, really, but something you can remember if you guys have been selling longer, because if there's more people doing well, the pie is bigger, right? The pie is bigger. We want to get a slice of the pie. So let's say this is the pie, this niche, tissue paper 30 sheets. If it's a very small pie and we get a small slice of the small pie, then we're not going to make much money. If the pie is massive, we get a small slice of it, we'll still make a load of cash, right? So all that to say, the more demand there is, the more competition you can allow for. To a point, we don't want it to be impossible to compete, but we can be a little bit of leeway if the demand really is huge, because you need a smaller percentage of the revenue to still make good cash. All right, what else? Polymer clay. What is that? Is that for? So I'm assuming it's for crafting. Let's have a look. Nanchem says part 2 video is a great idea. It's going to happen. Mike says variations in the mattresses. Is this an issue? Yes. Potentially, yes. You should probably, like, as you do a deeper dive, and I'll show you next week, as you do a deeper dive on your niche, you should probably eliminate the product that isn't specifically the thing your customers are going to be wanting to buy. So products that aren't in direct competition with you, you should probably eliminate. Let's have a look. Okay, way too competitive. All right, we'll do one more and then we'll call it a night. Let's have a look. Anything else that looks juicy? Fridge organizer set. Don't know about that. I think that might be a little competitive. Just so I know, because I've seen it before. 5-tier hanging wardrobe. Let's have a look. Iron holder. Okay, see, it's got 6,000 reviews. Probably means there's lots of established sellers if it's got that many reviews. Rug gripper. Sounds kind of random. Could be promising. Let's have a look. Reviews look low. Okay, maybe not that. Not these ones. Bit high. We'll see. There's lots of different designs. It's a good sign. If lots of different designs are selling, that means you can offer another different design to the marketplace, and yours will probably sell too. Right? It's good. It's good to know. And it's ridiculous. Okay, clearly a bad choice. Let's have a look. Keep going. Too big. Electronic. Don't know what this is, but it has liquid in it, and that can be a nightmare. Dough scraper. Don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find another one. Wooden lolly sticks. It's interesting. Let's have a look. Ooh. Review numbers are looking low. Could be onto a winner. Although I did say that last time, and there's like a billion established sellers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, don't give us any more. 7, 8. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn it. 9. Okay, it's not happening. Come on, want to get one more. On page 33, this is how desperate we are. Mesh back support, reviews are high. Look for low reviews as well. That could be a good indicator that the niche is still up and coming. Vacuum seal pouches. Yorkshire pudding tray twin pack. Oh, is it because I keep pressing space? Is that what's happening here? Let's have a look. Yorkshire pudding tray twin pack. Alright, I'm going to check this one and then we're going to call it a night, I think. We'll find some more on the next session. We can also do a deeper dive into how you actually analyze each niche once you've got the crappy product niche on the database. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not looking good. 6. It's quite an interesting niche. I've never really seen Yorkshire pudding trays, actually, like specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. God damn it. All right. So looks like we're going to be stuck at 4 crappy products today. But look, we only did it for what, like 40 minutes? So as you can see, like this was a slow session. Sometimes you'll find them way faster. But yeah, that's the process, right? It's quite simple. It's not that complicated. You just have to keep going and keep going. You could probably find 20 in maybe 4 hours, 2 hours. Depends how quick you go. Obviously, I'm doing it while talking, which slows me down a little bit, right? You could, if you just listen to an album, crack on, you can do a load of research and find great products. So, if you haven't done so already, click the link in the description of this live stream. You can book in a free Amazon Accelerator call with my team. We'll literally phone you. You'll pick a time, we'll phone you, come up with a strategy for how to hit your goals with an Amazon business. And then if we're fit to work together, we can have a chat. And yeah, figure out how we can help you. And I can even research you a product for you to sell personally. So you can skip all this, not have to learn how to do product research yet. Get a product selling. I aim to help you get your first sale in 30 days. That's the aim generally. And then after that, I'll show you how to find products yourself. Once you've got the confidence and once you've seen the sales come in, it's a lot easier to actually find the products. All right, I need to go order some food. So Adam says, you just showed one of my products, literally saw my brand. Nice one, man. That means you're searchable, which is great. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Click the link, book in a call, fill in the application. Let's have a chat. I want to help you. And I'll let you know when the next stream is going to be published. And also, keep an eye on the YouTube channel as well for more videos as well over the next week. All right. Have an amazing week. Great to catch up